Now let's get to this call with Mexico's president and President-elect Donald Trump. He says she agreed to stop illegal migration, effectively closing the U.S.-Mexico border. He made the announcement on Truth Social after speaking on the phone. She also made some comments about the phone call, a bit of a different take on it. So let's get out to our chief White House correspondent, James Rosen, who is live, working hard at the White House today with more on this call between President-elect Trump and Claudia Sheinbaum. Welcome in, James.
Bianca, good afternoon to you and happy Thanksgiving to you and all of our viewers in the Newsmax family. It's not just the calls with the Mexican president. There are published reports from the Wall Street Journal today that there are discussions between the Egyptians and Mar-a-Lago, all of it illustrating the mounting pre-inaugural influence of President-elect Trump and his team. Senior aides to President Biden told reporters they repeatedly briefed the president-elect's team on the ceasefire negotiations in Lebanon. Now the Egyptians have reportedly urged Mr. Trump to convince his friend and ally, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in a way that President Biden could not, to relinquish the Israelis' demand in the Gaza ceasefire negotiations for an Israeli-controlled buffer zone below the Egyptian border. Analysts predict that in confronting Iranian-backed terror groups in the Mideast, the former and future president will preserve the America First approach of his first term. Jesse Petrilla is a former Army captain and veteran of the Afghan War who conducted extensive interrogations of captured enemy fighters at the U.S. Air Base at Bagram, experiences that informed Petrilla's new book, published this fall, If It Takes 1,000 Years, From Al-Qaeda to Hamas, How the Jihadists Think and How to Defeat Them.
Well, I think the Trump doctrine in the Middle East is that there should be no more nation building in those regions. It's all about putting America's interest at first. And I think that is the fundamental difference between previous administrations, is that by putting America's interest first, we're not getting bogged down in foreign conflicts.
Another example of this pre-inaugural influence for the president-elect was his phone call this week with leftist Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum. It followed Mr. Trump's vow to place 25% tariffs on all Mexican imports until the U.S. border is secure from illegal migrants and narcotics. In our conversation with President Trump, Sheinbaum posted on X last night, I explained to him the comprehensive strategy that Mexico has followed to address the migration phenomenon, respecting human rights. Thanks to this, Sheinbaum continued, migrants and caravans are assisted before they reach the border. We reiterate that Mexico's position is not to close borders, but to build bridges between governments and between peoples, unquote. Now, the Trump transition has never confirmed, and in fact, the Kremlin has denied a published report from earlier this fall that even before the election, former President Trump had carried on as many as 7 phone conversations directly with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Bianca.
Well, no doubt, very busy days at Mar-a-Lago, and even despite the threats towards the cabinet, they are not slowing down. James, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and it's great to have you in with us today. Thank you.
Thank you.